Good morning. Day 3, LA. Headed to LAX right now. Gotta go pick up the homie Russell, who's flying in from SF. Then we're heading down to downtown LA where we've got a studio booked for the day, using it as a base for our shoot. Our shoots. But idea that I had, wanted to use a studio in downtown LA that was fairly cheap, use it as a base for the shoot that I'm doing today. Full team. Russell's gonna be doing some shooting and stuff too as well, so should be fun. My shoot's not until like 12, so it's early, still early right now. Let's go get the boy. Yo, what's good? The boy Russell is here. Picked him up from the airport. We got to the studio downtown LA. This is where we're gonna be setting up our home base. Team will be here an hour for a test that I'm doing. Russell's also got a test today at 1, so splitting the studio, which is great. Gives us an opportunity to set up the gear, keep our stuff sound and safe, and then we're gonna take it to the streets, downtown LA, shooting street style. So excited to be doing this. This is like an idea I've talked about for a while to myself about, okay, I can use a studio base to shoot downtown, because it's like, if we got the clothes, we got to do the makeup, can't just be setting up just right on the street. So what's a good way to do it than just find a base, and we'll be able to get ready here and everything and then pop out to the street. But today should be a fun day, man. This is day 3 out here trying to get it. You're
Yo, what's up, man? We're out here in LA, about to do work. Got a model canceled on me, so
You got another shoot at 1 though, coming up, man.
I'm happy for that, and I'm gonna style some clothes.
Yeah.
Some fits for the model. That's my stuff. We're shooting the same stuff.
Similar clothes. You got some more different clothes than me too, though, I would say.
Got the fleece. Let me show you guys. I'm gonna throw fleece on that. We got the dress. Shirt. This.
Pleated skirt.
Got the fleece. Leopard.
The leopard fleece. Different. He said he gonna put it on too. He said it's fly for him too. There we go. Style the models in the clothes. You wear the clothes too.
Yeah, man. You gotta check.
He gotta check himself out. Gotta check him out.
Yeah, so we're gonna be shooting stuff out there. Probably gonna scout too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
The quilted pants, man. That's hard. How many looks you shooting out with the model at 1?
Actually, now I think in like.
Probably gonna do an extra look since you got extra.
Quilted pants.
Yeah.
And then she's gonna bring some pieces too. Upper jacket, boots. We'll just work with it.
Yeah. Sick. Load it up.
EW, the Texas Lighter. You know, you can shoot fashion stuff with this. You know, it doesn't have to be landscapes. Got the high 8 with the fish islands. You guys ever seen this shit? I think I made a video of this.
Yo, so what we're gonna do right now, head down to the street, just do like a quick scout around the area, see some spots where you may want to set up. Russell's gonna go pick up the catering, take a lift over there, come back, and then yeah, team will be here, start getting ready and all that.
Don't say I never told you. Go, get out of my mind. Have a few to be a soldier. Waste my time. Don't say I
After shooting our first look, we headed back up to the studio where Adriana, our hair and makeup artist, and stylist Savannah began to prepare our second looks for the day. I felt in a good spot after loving the first look and having some amazing light to shoot in. We actually did it fairly quickly and probably only spent about 15 minutes actually shooting. For the second look, I wanted to go for more subdued lighting with open shade and use red and yellow as complementing colors on location to make our model cam pop. It was a nice way to change the look of the set and evolve it. When preparing for our third look, we decided to change hair and makeup to something that could be carried into the fourth look. Ultimately, when getting a team together for a shoot, I'm always trying to maximize our time and effort and go an extra mile. It's not always easy to coordinate schedules, so when they align, I always want to do my best to provide the most value to everyone involved. I was able to convince the team to shoot an extra look. We originally planned to do 4, but since the hair and makeup would be able to stay the same between the third and fourth look, the only thing we would need to change is wardrobe, due to the color palette being very similar. When shooting various looks and doing changes with hair and makeup, always keep in mind how much time is needed for everything so we can stay on schedule for the day. We hopped back onto the street and very quickly got into the third look, again searching for a spot that could be used as a backdrop that would be complementary to the wardrobe. One thing to keep in mind is you really only need 1 to 3 images from a single look to include in your portfolio. So knowing when to move on from a look after getting the shots you need is important. You always want to be mindful of the time. With this in mind, I didn't take a lot of images from this look, but finished with one I was satisfied with. Add shooting motion into the mix and it's even more to think about. But for me, it's worth it. It's a part of my skill set as a director, a filmmaker, and is very much part of the process, just like stills. Russell finished up with his shoot and decided to jump on board to assist. Then he also shot B-cam footage for the fashion film and behind the scenes with his high 8 camera, which I've been loving. Now moving into look number 4, a quick wardrobe change, and we are headed back to the street. Another thing to note is this is actually my first time working with Cam, Adriana, and Savannah. With teams, I'm always keen to see how the chemistry and communication is. It's important we are all able to be on the same page to have a successful shoot. For example, the order in which the clothes will be shot and how that meshes with hair and makeup and lighting. Over the time that I've been doing all this, I've grown even more appreciation for the process and what all goes into it. It takes a great team to achieve these images. It's more than just me creating these images. Everyone's contribution is important: photographer, model, hair, makeup, styling, and assistants. And sometimes you may even have more than those specific roles playing into the shoot. I think it's important to recognize this if you want to have any success in this industry. So when it comes to shoots in general, I will use whatever I need to get the job done. Sounds really simple, right? But honestly, have some intention behind what tools you're needing to get it done. If you want to test things out, go into it with that in mind. If you need redundancy with backups, prepare them. If you want to keep things simple and shoot everything on one camera, that could work too. For this shoot, I use several cameras. Bear in mind I'm shooting stills in motion, so it's nearly double the work. My Mamiya RZ67, which I use to shoot 645 and 6x7 on for specific looks respectively. A Contax G2 to mix in some black and white film. My Fujifilm X-T3 for motion and backup stills. Also like using digital at times to warm myself up and the model. Something to be said about the fluidity of the moment and movement you can have with the model, but it's great for redundancy in case something happens to your film cameras. And lastly, a Canon ES 8400, which is a high 8 video camera that was used for BTS, but also used for the fashion film we created. Both me and Russell used the camera to get shots. Using these tools just allowed me the coverage I needed for all the angles, no pun intended. Going into look 5, to be honest, we probably should have leaned towards shooting this look more towards the start of the shoot, given that we wanted to go with a more natural look for makeup. But sometimes these things happen and you can get lost in the shuffle. I feel like this last look was added last minute, most likely by my suggestion, but I can't quite recall. Typically with hair and makeup, it's building through the fashion story, starting with a more natural look, then adding on to complement the wardrobe throughout. Nonetheless, we got back to a natural look. Adriana is probably the fastest makeup artist I've ever worked with, and it's much appreciated, especially in times like this. Before going back to the streets, we snapped a few quick pictures in the hallway and elevator of the building. This time it was just me and Russell going down so the rest of the team could pack up, since we had to be out of the studio at a specific time and didn't want to run over that time. At the end of shoots, overall things always tend to settle in. What I loved about this last look is how neutral it felt in terms of color palette and lighting. And also I think it was different because we're able to get more photos with movement from Cam more easily, since I started prioritizing using the X-T3. given that the light started to get low, which caused me to shoot wide open on the RZ, hand holding 1/30. Not really the recipe for success there. The sun might be up and there might be plenty of light on the day, but anytime you're shooting downtown in a city that has buildings, that light is gonna cut quick. So we just ended up making the most and certainly was pleased about the images. What up? We live at the Bopo. Round 2 with young Russell. Russell man. Bopo with a mofo. Round 2 though. We live. Back at the Airbnb. Day 3. LA. It's done. The boy cozy. The boy cozy. Yeah, man. Time to get up tomorrow. Do it again. You know how it goes. That's it. This has been fun. Fun shoot today. Successful shoot today. Successful team. Now it's time to rest. It's hella early too. I think it's only like 9. Yes, sir. I'll see y'all in the next one. Holla.
Don't say I never told you. Go, get out of my mind. Have a